What's up, Dell Dynasty? It is your boy, Chill Dell, back with another video. And for today, you will be learning 5 ways to not be a simp. Step 1 is to understand yourself and understanding the range of women that you are able to attract, right? So me personally, I feel like there's different categories with it, like what some women may look for, whether that's a high status man, a man with a lot of money, financially stable, or just top tier personality, because that's the main thing that women look for, is somebody with good personality, somebody that's funny, that's very good at communicating, expressing themselves in a way that they can understand, because the way that they may perceive their emotions is different than us. We handle it way differently, so getting that basis of communication is very good. And then after you learn more about yourself and understanding what you're good at, what you're bad at, that's when you want to see what type of women that you are interested in. Whether you like women that are high status, low status, with like fucking 100 followers on Instagram, or somebody with a lot of personality, somebody that you can actually bond with, say if they like anime or sports or different type of TV shows or movies that you're interested in. And then after that, you just kind of play in the middle of that, what you can actually, like the type of women that you can actually bag on top of the ones that you actually like. Because sometimes the ones that like you may not like back, and then vice versa. Some of the ones that you may like that you find interested in, they might not like you. So you want to get in that middle area to where you feel like it'll actually go well and go far. Because that's one thing that I realize a lot of dudes they have this perception of, oh yeah, I'ma just be myself and wake up one day and I'm gonna have Rihanna on my body. Like, no, it does not work like that. Say you work at a clothing store or something like that. So you do retail, you fold in clothes, and you're at the cash register or something like that. You want to get somebody else in that same type of field that you can relate to. Somebody that's like in college, maybe something like that. They're doing part-time there. They're also doing their job as they're working at Chipotle or something like that. And y'all got a lot of stuff to bond over to where y'all on that same kind of level, you feel me? And then you just grow from there. Because once you have somebody that you put up on a pedestal, the whole like dynamic is going to be off. I don't want to tell you how to run your relationship, but for what works for me and from what I've seen with my other friends and stuff like that, you really want your girl to like you more than you like her. Because at the end of the day, she can just get another dude whenever she wants to, because it doesn't take a lot for women to get a nigga. This is number 2, to avoid being a simp and understanding yourself entirely. Because the more you level up yourself, so say like if you're a 5, right? Say like you don't dress that well, or you're not that good, you don't got good skincare routine, or you're just unathletic and just chubby and just fat all over the place, whatever, right? You want to get in the gym, you want to get a good skincare routine, wash your face, feel me, some good shampoo, get your hair nice and moisturized, because women look at stuff like that. You know how you maintain yourself, and as you focus on yourself and build yourself up, that also builds your confidence, right? Say you get into like fighting sports, say you're into boxing and you knock out a few dudes, and now you want to streak, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm the man, like they can't mess with me, like I'm just better, like I am just better than any dude in this earth, because your confidence is all the way up here, So that's why focusing on yourself and building yourself up is just a way better option, because everything begins with you. You can't control what somebody else do. You can't control what that girl does. You can't control what that woman says. You can only control what you say and what you do. Number 3 is to engage more with women, right? So the reason why I put this one at number 3 is because first you gotta focus on yourself. Then after that, it's about environment. The more women that you're around, the more comfortable you are around them, the more experience you get, the more confident you are gonna be. So you're not gonna be talking to women and start stuttering and so maybe and there's just a bunch of silence within the conversation, and there's no like meat and potatoes in the conversation to where it's healthy enough for her to want to keep talking to you. So say you're not making her laugh, say you're not asking her the right questions to get her more engaged in the conversation to even want to talk to you again. Another thing is that you don't always have to bag the girl every time you talk to them. Like, You could just have a regular conversation with anybody, with any woman. It doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk up to her and I'm gonna rizz her up and she gonna rock with me, and then I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna go and tell all the bros like, yeah, you know, this the girl I bagged, here's her Instagram. Like, you don't gotta be that every time. You can have a regular conversation with a woman. Like, say for example, right, from my own experience. So, oh, you got a tattoo on your hand. That seems like a very painful area to get it. Did it hurt for you? Just to start the conversation off. Once you get like a good, intriguing question or something like that, then she'll give a healthy response, because there's no way that she could say yes or no to your question. I mean, she can, but depending on how she is. Now, I didn't hurt too much. The one that hurt the most was the one on my ribs. Oh, so you have more than one tattoo. What other tattoos do you have besides those two, if you don't mind me asking? She's telling me about her tattoos. Oh, what other tattoos would you want to get? Or which tattoo meant the most to you? Because the one thing that you gotta understand is that people love to talk about themselves. So the more you get them talking about themselves, the more comfortable they're gonna be. Not saying you have to be an interrogator. Like, when did you get that tattoo? How long have you had it for? Did it hurt when you got it? Where'd you get it at? Are you gonna get more? You can ask a question and be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I actually have a couple myself. You know, I have one on my shoulder here, one on my shoulder there. I was thinking about getting a tattoo on my neck somewhere, something like that. And then just, you could put your own 2 cents into it, so it's not just a one-sided conversation. You're interrogating her, so you're gonna make her uncomfortable. Number 4 is to not chase, but attract the women that you want. Let me get closer to you so you can really understand and comprehend what I'm saying. You feel me? Because I feel like it's going in one ear, not the other. So I feel like the more closer I get, the more y'all gonna understand. Like, are you looking into my eyes right now? Let me know.
Yo, back the fuck up! Back the fuck up!
But all jokes aside though, do not chase women. You have to attract them. So in order to attract something, you gotta have what they want and or need. So say a lot of women like money. You get money, they come to you. You start dressing a lot nicer. You start smelling a lot better. You start walking with a better posture. You know, you're not walking around slouched all crazy. You're walking, you know, your chin is up, you know, back erect, you know, and you get strong strides going. And then people are gonna start looking at you like, oh damn, like, oh, he's dressed nice, he smell good. Like, or certain women like a guy to be really, really smart or very, very attractive. You have to get better in those things. So like I said before, if she like attractive dudes, you know, you want to get your nice haircut, get a fade, get your dreads retwisted often, make sure you got your lotion on deck. Bare minimum, have good hygiene, you know, make sure you get your shower, make sure you clean your face, make sure your skin ain't dry and ashy every time you go outside. Make sure you got your Blistex on you, because I always keep my Blistex on me, trust me. Actually, I got two, and they different sizes. For me, I keep mine on me at all times. Actually, look at this. My joint is almost done. Make sure, feel me, like my lips is moisturized and all that, like.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Number 5 is to don't take her back. Do not take her back at all, for no reason whatsoever. Would you try to reheat your McDonald's fries after you get home and it's cold? You're gonna eat it when it's the time to eat it, when it's fresh and hot. And then once that moment has passed and that time span has passed and things aren't savable, you gotta let it go, move on to the next one. You feel me? And there's only a few reasons why they would even try to come back to you in the first place. Because either one, the options out there for her is not as good as you, because you was the best thing that ever happened to her, or nobody else wanted her. She tried to put herself out there and no other dudes wanted her, and she's like, damn, let me just go back to my ex, let me go, for me, plan B. You feel me? And that's go back to you. When y'all leave on negative terms, don't try to come back just because y'all miss each other. For me personally, through my experience, that was like one of my worst things that I've ever done. Like that's really like top 5 of some of my worst mistakes that I've ever done, was take back some of my exes. Because taking back some of my exes, nothing good comes from it. Let me just say that. Nothing good comes from taking your exes back. You feel me? You cheat on her, which is a very bad thing to do, because that's mad traumatic for them, for anybody, honestly. But now say you cheat on her, she's never gonna forgive you, she's never gonna believe you. Most of y'all know, right? Like, you try to bring up something to your girlfriend, like, oh, hey, you remember that time we went to Disneyland and I got you that prize when I punched the machine and I got the high score on it, and they gave me this big old teddy bear and I won it for you? And then she doesn't remember it, and then she's like, no, that's the wrong bitch. Yeah, that's your other girlfriend. This is just y'all learning from my failure and through my trials and errors. So now that I've learned these things, I'm gonna be putting it in the video and y'all gonna learn for sure. So basically, to sum up the video, we have 1, be more self-aware. 2, focus on yourself. 3, engage more with women. 4, don't chase women, attract them, because that is simple law of attraction. 5, don't take her back after she leaves you. So those are my 5 tips for this video on how to avoid being a simp. A lot of these are just my mistakes that I've learned, and I'm just passing it on with actual examples, because people do not learn unless it is explained to them thoroughly, or they learn from their own mistakes and then they get burned themselves, you know. So me personally, I'm, like I said, I probably said it in a different video, but I really made this video for younger dudes or just people that just don't know, you know. Like, that's what I make these videos.
In my experience, he's one of the most severe stutterers I have ever seen.
Because that's what I make these videos for, you know. Because I had, you know, figures in my life to help me, but not on certain things like this. Like, this type of stuff wasn't taught to me. Or hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Like the video, subscribe, send to your friends that may need this. If you think they a simp, hey, just send that link over to them. We are out.